Hey guys, it's Amber, and I'm getting ready to work on day 5. Yes, day 5. So we went to like a light show thing that you walk through on the 4th actually. And so I'm going to put this big enlargement here on the left hand side. That's going to go on the back of day 4. And then I've got 7 4x4s here. One of them is like a digital shot of our ticket. And then I'm going to put inside this page protector here, and I'm going to cut off the bottom wrap and fold one flap in, kind of like what I did for day 1. So my original plan was to make them all 3x4s, but I've really been wanting to use this. I've been saving this Twinkle Starry Magic to put with this one because I knew it'd be like lots of fun lights, and I can't really put it on the photo. It kind of blends in too much. I don't want to like put it in the middle. So my number's gonna go over here, probably on a star, because I'm having a problem with stars this month. I'm using them literal and everything. Thinking something like that. And I was inspired by Allie's day 3 project where she put it inside one of the pockets, and this won't fit into a 3x4. It's like 3 3/4 or something. So I thought I would play with some more stars and tuck these behind like she did with a little shaker pocket and seal that off. So I kind of switcherooed everything to 4x4 at the last minute. So what I'm thinking about doing, I also pulled out, so these are from the travel kit, this set here. I used some on day 1. And then I have some plastic ones here that are a combination of these are from the Celebrate kit from a couple years ago, and these are from the brand new Star kit, I believe. So I pulled those out to see if there's anything I can do with those. And then these are some 4x4 papers that are from also the brand new Star kit, and I'm thinking maybe I can get away with this teal one. There's a lot of blues in my photos here. Like we're all wearing a lot of denim, blue sweatshirts. The ticket was blue. The whole thing was blue, and I made most of it black so that it wasn't like bam in your face. I have some green here. There's a little bit of green here, but for the most part everything is blue, but that's the only, although I just remembered, since I subscribed to this, I'm pretty sure I have a digital version. So I actually might just make this the color I need and save this. And then I can just go ahead and print my journaling right on it instead of trying to print on like a sticker paper and overlaying it. I think I'm going to go that route instead. I'm pretty sure I have those, so I'm going to double check. But what I'm going to do, since I have 8 spots, so one of these 2 will be this see-through page. So I'll have 2, this will fold 3, 4, 5, 6, but I have 7 photos plus journaling. So I think I'm going to make a flip up somewhere, probably maybe on the inside, so when you open it, one of them will flip open as well, just to kind of have a little more fun and get in some more photos, because we took a lot and I have really had to narrow down. I had like 5 or 6 more photos that I wanted to use, and that was a lot. So I'm gonna put you on pause. I'm gonna get started on, I have to trim out on my photos. I've got to cut this and then start figuring out where all the embellishments are gonna go. And now I also have to figure out my journaling on a digital card. So can't wait to see how this one comes out. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is cut my page protector. Sometimes I can do it on a trimmer if I'm cutting off from left to right, but I'm cutting from top to bottom here because of the bottom row, so it's too wide to fit into my 12x12 trimmer. So once I've got that done, I'm going to fold and crease it. I'm just using that little tool to help me get it to stay. And I've already trimmed out all my photos, and I'm just kind of picking out some stars that you can see across the top there. Some are from different kits, you know, but I'm going to end up not using most of the ones that I've gathered up there. So right now I'm just looking to figure out my placement. I know that I'm going to have these on the fold, so I wanted the family picture and the title to kind of be like the ones that you see the most alongside the blown up photo, and then the ones that are going to be flipped over, which are the card and the journaling. So then when you open it up, then you see all the rest of the photos and the flip up as well. So just trying to arrange so that the people aren't right next to each other, the lights or displays aren't really right next to each other, and for some reason a few of these trimmed a little off, so I just have to trim them slightly less wide to fit into the pockets. Usually that's the case when something's folded because the seam has moved and you have to tighten it up. So I did end up getting that journaling done in blue. I did a cover overlay with a selected color from one of the other photos and added my journaling. And so then I'm just trying to figure out what I think of everything here. Adding in some stars. So I was playing with, and I've struggled a lot between the more teal blue with gold vellum star. I only had one of those plastic stars from the brand new Story scrapbook kit. If I had 5 of those, I would have used them all, but I don't. I had one. And so I'm like looking through my star die cuts. I'm looking through my star nested chipboards. I'm getting out the felt stitch stars, which I thought actually looked really cool, but I ended up not using because the gold stitching was really different. I'm, considering now for the first time layering a bunch of stuff along the left-hand side besides just one star with my number. So this is where the idea is starting to form. And I'm trying to find some product to help support that design idea, basically. I considered using that blue star as like a pull tab, to open. Same with the felt star. And then I'm going to tuck those back inside the pocket. I'm, trying different products out, basically, to see what I think and how they're going to look. I really struggled for a while because something just did not feel right. I had a turquoise and black gold rim star in there, and I was like, okay, well, let me add the shaker bits and see how that's going to look, because I also had a clear with gold stars transparency piece in there, and like I said, I'm just trying to figure out what to do. I really played around with product for quite a while while doing this. I keep messing around because something doesn't feel right, and I don't always know what it is. I don't know if it's always color or balance. I do know that I did not love that chipboard phrase is cream and not white, because the photo that I'm standing in is bright white. The journaling paper is bright white. And I know that did bother me a little. So that was something that was on my mind. So you can see I'm just still playing around quite a bit. And I'm going to decide to get out my little star bucket from my embellishments that are near my desk. These are not necessarily December Daily products, just my overall star stash. So I believe I'm going to get that out in just a minute and start playing around with some different color transparent pieces that they're from Ellie's Studio, and I use every single one that I have because I found a really nice bright blue piece that you're going to see pop up there, and that's going to change the entire flow of everything. So I'll be leaving you with some more live look in just a moment, but I'm starting to eliminate options of things I had pulled out, and even still I'm going to keep kind of jumping back and forth quite a bit off camera until I make some really truly final decisions. Alright guys, so I went through some transitions since I last cut off the video. Kept going back and forth between these blue stars with the gold and these blue stars, but the blue we're wearing is so bright I've finally decided to go with these. I also pulled out my Glow Story kit. That was one of the most recent ones from Allie from November 2021. I love this Twinkle Starry Magic, but this is cream and everything else is bright, bright white, especially this. So, and I thought that this glow was kind of fun at an angle. It has a little whimsy because of the angle, the way I have to make it fit in the pocket. So I'm going to stick with that instead. I pulled out these vellum pieces and I'm backing them with just some simple white copy paper, mainly because this photo over here is so busy that they don't look good as a see-through. This is going to be my flip up, so that's going to be on the inside. So I found this chipboard piece from that kit, and then these are from that kit. This is from that kit. I considered like the Starburst stars, but it's like the way wrong color gold. It doesn't match at all. The one that they picked this year for both December Daily stuff and these is a different kind of metallic gold. So this was from the Advent calendar, sorry. So I think I'm going to use this Baby It's Cold Outside up here, so that for this like little piece I have going on the left here, I'll have 3 stars and 4 circles, just to kind of make it not like 3 and 3 exactly, so it'll be a little bit different. And then these confetti stars are in here. That's from the Star Mini kit. I didn't use all the gold. I feel like I didn't need quite everything. I'm considering throwing some of the silver in too because of all the colors going on in here, but I'm not sure yet. And then, oh, I found this from one of my Ellie's Studio die cut sets. I don't know anymore if it was, I'm assuming it was from last year's December kit or this year, maybe this year, I don't think so. Which actually hasn't come out yet, so it has to be last year's. But this family selfie is going to be perfect, and it's the right color. So I'm going to punch that out. I'm going to trim off the edges. There's always a little bit of a tear tab, and I'm going to staple that probably there. Love that. I'm considering putting a handful of these little puffy sticker stars, maybe like 1 or 2 on top of this, and then maybe 1 or 2 more sprinkled over here. I'm also considering doing something with these word phrase strips, basically, or like, not word phrase, but like, yeah, phrase strips. So I was thinking before I put this here that maybe they would look cool, maybe a few of them like along the kids' photos. They have some positive stuff like shining from within, or let your soul glow, seeking the light, shine bright like a diamond, the light in your eyes, stuff like that. So yeah, I thought that those would kind of be fun. It's the same gold color, but it's gray, which just kind of helps bring in like a nice neutral. So I'm thinking about that. This was just the rest of the chipboard from that set, but I'm definitely going to use that here for this magic. It's just the right color blue. I don't have many December embellishments in that color wheel, so that is going to work out great. Little tip, one of the ways that I store my chipboards like this, I put them back to back so I can flip through them and see them more easily. So at this point now, I just have to construct my flip up and get all this mounted down. So this page, I'm going to tuck to the side because there's not really anything special I have to do here except just do those 2 things in my flip up. I want to work on getting this put down pretty much exactly like I have it here. So what I want to do, like I said, just real simple flimsy copy paper that I trimmed out. I think that I can put a little bit of adhesive behind where the gold is, and that will help hide it. With vellum, I don't think I can do my photo sticker trick as easily. So I did consider having them go off the edges and trimming them a little bit. Like I was going to trim, or I think I had the Beautiful Glow one over here, and it was a little too big. I needed something that was smaller to taper down in size. So I'm probably going to pause and put you on fast forward while I work my way through all this. I'll walk you through how I do my pocket and show you what it looks like then. Like you can pretty much see. But, oh, and I guess I don't think I'm going to be putting anything on here except, I think this family sticker, this was from the Advent kit. I already used one of these on day 1, I believe. So I thought the family one would be good since this is an activity for all of us. The blue ones didn't really match. Holidays is kind of too basic. Twinkle doesn't match. And I think that's what I'm going to go with. So really happy with how this is coming out. It took me a while to kind of figure everything out, but really liking this. Also, I'm probably gonna be popping this up on Pop Dots for a little dimension, because this has dimension, this has dimension, and then the way I'm trying to layer things up and down on top of each other. So let me get started. Okay, so as you can see, I had quite a bit of fun getting everything put down on the page there. It takes a while when you're just trying to be like careful and tedious. So just using my paper piercer there to help me add some of the gold puffy stars like I had considered. So 2 of them I put in the center of the acetate just to help break it up so it's not so bold. And then that 3rd one I put next to the 5. I did consider layering it on the 5, but I didn't want it to get too thick. So I just laid it next to the blue star there, and I'm just getting some more adhesive down under one of those. So now I decided to go ahead and get some of my leftover acetate pieces. I had a 4x6 piece that I cut to 4x4, and I'm doing that because I don't love when stuff completely floats around. I needed the pieces in my see-through pocket to stay in place, so I'm just removing the protective covering that's on that glow word and just deciding where I want those stars to be. And I'm going to staple through the L on the slant there and the blue star, and then through the smaller blue and gold star on the right. So there will be 2 staples in there that you really don't even notice. And then I added the gold shaker pieces back in, and when I slide the acetate back into the pocket, I'm going to make sure that it goes over some of the stars so that some are on the top and some are on the bottom, just to help create a little division. You might not even notice it, but you can kind of tell, you know, that there's layers in there. And they're going to move freely. I'm not going to seal the pocket because I don't need to, and I'll explain that in a little bit. And then I wanted to add some puffy stickers, so I put 1 in the center of the O, 1 near the little cluster on the right, and then just 1 on the G, just to help create a little triangle there. Next, I'm going to add that little die cut piece to my photo. I decided to slide it over a little bit to the left so it wasn't directly center. I'm going to put a staple from the tiny attacher on the bottom, and then use another tiny little star on top just to give it a little something so it's not just hanging out there by itself, and it kind of coordinates a little more. And now I'm going to get to work on my pocket. So I'm just using some blue cardstock from Basil that I have in my stash. I trimmed off the edge piece that was 4x6, and I almost cut it right to 4x4, but I decided to wait until I had my photo in hand to make sure it wasn't cut short.
And now I'm just taking a piece of my scrap copy paper and cutting it into a 4 by 2 inch size. So I'm going to fold it in half, so each side is 1 inch, which is the perfect amount for creating a hinge. I put my adhesive on the bottom, put the photo down, and then folded it over the top to create a nice crease. And now I'm taking my blue paper and attaching that to the top. Sorry, it's going a little fast. And then I am going to attach the top photo that you're going to see above that, and then the photo that's on the back, which is that Tinseltown, to go on the other side. So you're basically connecting 4 pieces with one little hinge that's completely hidden. You can see a tiny bit of white, but there's no washi tape. There's no it's all hidden basically, which is my favorite way to do them, and I feel pretty secure on them. So there you can see I'm just adding the last photo to the back. And then I'm going to get my pieces trimmed so that no white edges are showing around the outsides. And then I'm going to add one little puffy star inside just to help it match when it's open and visible. And then I'm going to put my little family tab sticker down and use a tiny attacher to secure that. And then finally, I'm going to use some of those tear strips. I'm going to put one on each of the photos of the kids that just have little positive messages on them basically. And I'm going to use the tiny attacher just to include some staples to help tie everything in. And I'm going to leave you with a live look here in just a moment again.
Okay guys, I am completely finished. I literally only have to punch holes in my page protector and that is it. So really, really happy with how this came out. Loved playing with all the blues. I got to pull out all kinds of stuff that I don't normally get to use in my Christmas albums. I was having some trouble here with this sticker. I only put 3 pop dots on it and it started smushing to the photo. So I had to add like 3 more to try to get it to like stay upright. So it's a little bit kinked, but hopefully it won't stick anymore and it'll get flatter as the album gets, you know, more and more full. So people who watched day 4 had an issue also with this. When I went to pull this page out to attach the 2 pieces together, my plastic piece my card had basically snapped off the plastic piece. It was still in fine shape, but I think the small piece was just too thin and it just popped off. So I ripped that apart, and what I did was I took a this isn't the exact one I used, but I took a piece of like scrap pockets that I had, one that was still complete, cut it off and trimmed it so I had a plastic hinge that was thinner than acetate, and that's what I think I would use again going forward. So the plastic acetate's underneath there. I use some score tape to reattach it. It's much thinner and flatter and opens a lot easier. So that worked out pretty well. So I attached these 2 together here, played with all the stars and the gold, and I think that really came out awesome. Got the journaling here. So I've been using a font that I found that's very similar to one that Allie used in the kit this year. The one I found is called Hiku Inline. So I will share that. It's not exactly the same, and the numbers are different, so I know it's not exactly right. And there's a second one I'll try to remember to tag as well. But so I put Miriam Bright and just a quick journaling. I have our ticket like I shared before. Then when you open up, this just flips up. It was just a way for me to hide in an extra photo that had a lot of green. I really liked this selfie of me, but it had too much green compared to all the other colors. So I just added that beautiful glow in there. Did end up adding these little strips. I added some little staples, a little staple and a star here. And then my little shaker pocket. I'm not even gonna seal it off because honestly, these little stars aren't really gonna go anywhere. Whenever they're in the album, this will just turn. It's not like I'm gonna be shaking it up and down. And even though I'm doing that right now, they're literally not going anywhere. I might try to spread them out a teeny bit because they're kind of like clumped together. And I tried to make sure that a few are on the top and a few are on the bottom of my acetate that I put there. There you go, they're kind of like got stuck in a clump. But honestly, the static kind of just keeps them in place. So I've done that before and they don't really go anywhere. I don't want to staple it. I don't want to use washi tape. I don't want to attempt to use a fuse tool. But I wanted the acetate because I wanted the stars here to stay in place. The rest of these I don't really care as much about. But yeah, totally love this. Really excited about how it came out. And I'm probably, depending on what photo is going to go behind it for day 6, I don't think I'm going to put anything over it. If anything, I would do like a transparency and maybe like an embellishment in the middle, or I don't know. We'll see if I leave it completely see-through. But the nice part is I have 3 photo spots and whatever I decide to put on the side for the next day. So thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, if you are not automatically seeing my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you will see my content when I post it. I generally post my stuff at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the mornings so that people in like Europe can see it, and everyone kind of has access to it right away when they wake up or get that notification. I also have a Spotify playlist for my favorite Christmas music saved in my links, and I have all my favorite tools and stuff that I use saved as well. So thanks again so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you for day 6.